In this video, we will be learning one of the most basic yet most used functions in Google Sheets, the if function. Welcome, my name is Jasper. Let's dive in. Okay, so I have a list here of people who took an exam, and I would like to know if they have passed or failed in a glance. And to help me do this, we will use the if function. The if function works this way. It then requires a logical expression to evaluate, and if it's true, it would return this particular parameter. If it's false, this parameter. Let me show you. So if we are going to go ahead and close that, and I'll just choose C2, is it greater or equal to 75? And if so, return the word passed. If not, return failed. Press on enter. As we can see, it now says that Kareem McRae has failed. If I bring this down, I can now easily identify who passed or who failed. That is the basic use of the if function. Now I think we can do better because right now, everything here is static, meaning if I wanted to change that the passing score is going to be 80, then I would need to update all my formulas. So this would reflect if they passed or failed. Likewise, what if I don't want to say pass? I just want to say, let's say pass. Instead of pass and fail, instead of fail, then again, I would have to drag down to make this happen. There is an easier way to do this, and it's using a reference cell. Let me show you. So here, I will then indicate what is the passing score. And here, for example, I'll just put in 75. With that, I will then have to change my formula to point to J7. And to ensure that this reference cell doesn't move around, we are going to lock it by pressing F4. Okay. We don't need this. Let's go ahead and replace the text pass to reference cell pass. And again, lock it. Fail. Click on it and lock it. Press on enter and drag this down. Now, if I would say change the text to passed or failed to failed, everything gets updated. Likewise, if I change my criteria for passing to 90, immediately it will take effect. What if I'd like to see if any of the examinees aced their exam? And I'd like to immediately see the word perfect. This is where I will introduce to you a nested if function. A nested if is basically an if inside an if. Let me show you. If, let's evaluate C2, is equal to 100, and don't forget to lock cells if they're reference cells, then return perfect. If it is not 100, we are going to reevaluate the same cell and check if it's greater or equal to 75. And again, lock that cell. If so, return the word passed. And if it does not meet any of the criteria, if it's not greater than 75, it's not 100, then we just immediately return the text failed. Let's close our formula and press on enter. Let's drag our formula down and let's take a look. As you can see, we immediately identified that Zena Flowers got a perfect score. Did you know that if functions can also return emojis? Let's try it. To start the emoji function, press window and period and type in the emoji that you're looking for. In this particular case, I'd like to use this 100 points. For past, let's use hands. Where are my raising hands? Here. This one. And for failed, maybe a sad face. Yeah, I think this one would do. Okay. Now let's add our formulas. Again, we do the same thing. If this cell is equal to 100, return this emoji. If this cell is greater or equal to 75, return this emoji. Else, return the last emoji. Let's drag our formula down. As you can see, Xena Flowers, you aced the exam. I have this example where I need to put some descriptors based on the scores. And here you can see that there are grading scale that we need to follow. What function are we going to use here? Of course, we're going to use nested if. And this is a bit more complicated because this has 6 levels. Let me paste the formula and show you what I mean. I evaluated cell B2 6 times to check if the cell is greater or equal to the first lower limit, which is exemplary. Then return the text exemplary. Evaluate again. 91, return outstanding. 86, proficient. 81, approaching proficiency. 76, developing. 75, beginner. And everything else would show did not meet expectations. Let me press enter and fill down the formula. There. So if the score for reading is 75, you're a beginner. If you get 88, then you get proficient. And of course, if you go to 95, you get outstanding. But there is a much easier and shorter way to write the formula here. Here's the easier way than the nested if for this example. We will use the lookup function. Remember that lookup function requires its data source to be sorted. Let's initialize our function. Lookup. We will look up our scores, and it takes in 3 parameters. You have the search key, the search range, the search result array, and the result range. So we will look the score. Again, key thing to remember is when you use the search range, it has to be sorted ascending. Okay, let's lock that in, and I'd like to return these values and lock that in. Let's close that. Let's take a look. Drag the formula down. Isn't that amazing? From my nested if function to a really short lookup function. Let's say mathematics 675, then you're a beginner. Thank you very much for reaching the end of this video. And if you have indeed learned something from this, please don't forget to like and share this video so others may learn as well. This is Jasper. Till the next video.